But you shouldn't forget the achievements he gets in the foreign scene are definitely have something to do with the practice he gets in Korea as well.
Yes.
And of course, reaching Code S is very impressive, don't get me wrong.
Indeed.
But yeah, the Code S adventure wasn't very successful so far, but he did manage to stay in it. I think even over, was it MMA or?
I think it was Marine King, or don't
he
get
had
me
a
wrong.
very, very tough group,
Yeah.
that's what I remember, and that he managed to stay in Code S. It was super impressive.
I think you can read it on Team Liquid, because...
You can read everything on Team
Yes.
Liquid. There's not a lot you can't read.
I
can read stuff on Team Liquid about myself, which I didn't even know. That's how good the website is.
Does it feel good?
Sometimes.
Yeah, we do see nothing special. There's no cheese going on. This time we don't see Pylon Scouts for either of the players. So we're gonna see the Gateway Scout. There we go. HuK is going for it. 12 Gateway. NaNiwa is going for the 13 Gateway. Yep. And then he's going for the Scout. It's a 2-players map, so yeah, there could be cheese, but I mean, okay. Now he's checking for it. At least at the natural expansion. He's not checking in his main base. There's like a lot of space where you actually could place a gateway.
Pretty sure HuK does it. Thanks to you.
At least he's scouting for the pylon afterwards. If there was a second probe, yeah.
Here we do see the probe from HuK entering the main base of NaNiwa right now, who is just chrono boosting his nexus. So far everything is standard. And Nathan, did you play this map a lot or?
Yeah, I played only 2 times.
Okay.
And guess what? Was a few days ago in this tournament.
You win?
I lost against Jiro on this map and won against Sase.
I don't think it's very smart to keep this map in the map pool against Jinro, who probably played it the most out of all people out there. I mean, you should have probably removed it then.
Yeah.
Afterwards, you're always smarter, man.
Yeah, true. I thought about that also.
Yeah.
But I didn't lose because of the map anyways.
Okay.
So it didn't matter.
Okay. We do see the cybernetic core is a little bit faster for HuK once again. So he gets the warp gate research a little bit quicker. He's chrono boosting his first stalker. Not going for a zealot.
A lot of energy saves on though.
Yep, that's true. It used to be always Zealot Stalker, like in the past, but it changed a little bit.
And people get greedy. I still think the bad thing about having no Zealot, and I shouldn't really talk because I never make a Zealot myself. But yeah, exactly what you mean. If people steal your gas, your options are so limited, and it sucks really hard. Sometimes I even take like the second gas way before I wanted to. Just like if you feel like you see like the probe over here, and then it goes here. You're like, no, please don't do it. And then you're like, all right, I'll just take my own gas, even if I don't want to. Because I really hate it.
Does he get the probe? That would be a quite huge deal, because then you can be sure there's no very early forgate. And yeah, I think he missed the waypoint for the Stalker. The Stalker did lose the vision, and then it didn't follow it anymore. And we do see the sentry for both of them, yeah. I think both players do have a sentry right now. At least HuK has, and NaNiwa is getting one, yeah.
But Nani once again going for the relatively... it really seems like people don't like to cheese NaNiwa. Well, NaNiwa cheeses himself quite often. Like first one we saw as well with the forgate. And I really think it's actually an excellent way to start off the series. If you manage to forgate your opponent in the first map and win it, your opponent is going to be really careful about it for the rest of the time. And then NaNiwa can just basically pull off like 1-gate robo openings all the time, which are obviously quite funky, and against like 4-gate is extremely hard to hold.
That's true, yep. We do see a pylon going up for Liquid HuK down in the middle. The probe is hiding behind the bushes, quite hard to spot if you don't have the health bars on all the time. And okay, he's going for Blink once more.
And Robo.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Observer, I guess.
Yeah. And NaNiwa is going for the very standard style. A little bit greedy. He's getting the Robo Bay with only 3 units so far. Swapping in another Zealot, he's chrono boosting out his Observer. He got the Immortal before the Observer, so he was a little bit afraid of any kind of pushes.
Oh, that was me.
Sorry guys. Just
mistakes happen.
I hope we didn't lag too much. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
I did feel like something was missing, I wasn't sure what, and then I realized I missed it.
I think he will start the blink upgrade. There we go. He's chrono boosting it, and he does have an observer as well. And the thing is, when you get blink and observer, and you can snipe the opponent once, it's really hard for them to know if you have blink or not, because they only see that there was an observer as well. And getting both take roots is quite well. It's a new style, I believe.
Yeah.
And will
so White Rat doing it as well.
Yep, he will meet the observer, but
I think he will be able to get it for sure.
Let's see. It depends on the where's the observer, by the way. It's flying on the right. Yeah, it's just idling there, so he missed it. But NaNiwa is engaging a little bit, and now he will spot the observer and kills it. And yeah, as I said, he doesn't know that there's blink going on because he only saw the observer, so he will think it might be a normal tech route.
No,
or do you think because the stalker's moving out?
Exactly. I think when your opponent has his opponent over here, because that would just be way too risky. I mean, if you would face if NaNiwa would go for blink as well, and your stalkers are over here on this side of the map, in this phase of the game, it's GG straight away.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that NaNiwa knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, but then I wonder why he made those force fields. He tried to block some of the stalkers, but it didn't work out. And yeah, right now, NaNiwa is live locked for a little bit. No, actually the pylon just finished off, and I think he lost one pylon in the process.
Maybe he just thought blink wasn't ready yet because he didn't invest into the robo as well.
Oh, yeah. He does get the first Colossus out, while HuK is planting his Nexus once more, getting a 4th gateway, I believe. And does he get the sentry? Yes, he did get the sentry.
The 100 gas loss for Nani right there. He's producing indeed that Colossus and thermal lance.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I'm not sure if he's opting for one base all in. I mean, getting the thermal lens that early, it might be an expansion play then, because you can defend it easier with range 9.
Yeah, it makes your life so much easier. We still have one fly flying around over here, touching literally everyone's hands. He goes from right to left and turning around. So far, he hasn't been too fond of you though, Nathan. It's mostly a house when Miko's getting really there.
Yeah, I don't know if NaNiwa wants to make an expansion, because he's not making any more probes. So
yes, you're right.
I think he will go for all in.
Yes, he does at the 4th gate right now. Did he got anything at the base? Nope, he has no idea about anything, so I think he doesn't feel comfortable right now because he's not sure what's going on. He's almost losing one stalker. He tried to snipe the observer. There we go, he lost the stalker. So NaNiwa is shaking a little bit right now. He has no idea what's going on. He does get the thermal lens. He has the 3rd Colossus on the way.
That's weird, because normally if you go all in, you would say 1 Immortal, 2 Colossi is more than enough to protect your own gateway units, but 3 Colossi is really quite a big investment. That means that his attack is going to be, relatively late. Nevertheless, his army is going to be very impressive though.
Actually, I think the best is 2 Immortals, 2 Colossus, because when they blink
on top of you,
you will have 2 Immortals defending your Colossus.
Yes, that's true.
Wow, he's even queuing up a 4th Colossi. What is he doing?
No idea. HuK is getting charged, by the way. How many gates does he have? It's 5 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gates only. I think 5 would have been better. And he has the minerals for it. NaNiwa is moving out a little bit and does see this pylon, but there's another pylon down the middle, so he can warp in zealots there.
HuK is going to try to blink up right now. NaNiwa's probably no, not yet. So he's just going to walk his Colossi over there. Then we do see the stalkers.
If he blinks up right now, that he tried to blink it. Actually, he failed, so he's losing at least 2 stalkers. Yes, he lost 2 stalkers. Oh, that was so close.
Very unlucky right there for HuK. Tried to blink on the high ground, but he did lose his observer in time. Then the blink went terribly wrong. Actually, he blinked a little bit into Nani's army, kind of sacrificed 2 stalkers. Now we do see the offensive pilots already for NaNiwa. He will be able to warp in a couple of zealots though.
He actually warped in some of them, yeah.
I think this looks actually very well for NaNiwa. I mean, HuK invested into the expand, only 92 supply right now. And look at the amount of Colossi. Look at this robo army, that's very impressive. Looks so scary. I don't see how HuK is ever going to be able to defend it.
Yeah, and he cannot even go for a base trade because his army is at home right now, so that's not an option anymore. There is still a pylon down there, and he could warp in some zealots to send it into NaNiwa's base, but he's not doing it right now. He's at 100 supply against 111, so NaNiwa has more supply. HuK is engaging, only 1 force field going off. I'm not sure what that is. Those Colossi are so strong against the zealots.
Yeah.
just chewing through them.
There are a lot of zealots for HuK, but there's just the Colossus count is just too high right now for NaNiwa. 3 Colossi really obliterate all of these zealots from HuK. HuK only at 71 supply right now, and 31 of that is workers actually. He's been on the expand quite a while. He didn't really make any workers, so I'm really surprised that his gateway army was relatively small.
He blinks in. Does he get 1 Colossus? Yes, he does. But there are still 3 Colossus. GG. Liquid HuK does lose dual side, so yeah. Actually, this blink, when he tried to base raid, it might cost him the game because he had no more chance to really base raid him.
And that also made it so much easier for NaNiwa to decide to attack, even though he did build those 2 pilots already, so I guess he was going for it anyway. But when you know that you're losing the Observer and also 2-3 Stalkers, and not only that, but he also did a lot of damage on a couple of Stalkers, like way more than the shields only, and that helps out a lot as well in the big fight.
So you know that's the time to go for it.
I must say, I really don't think this map was very, very well suited for the strategy of HuK though. It seemed like such a small map, not easy to base trade, and even in the final fight, I mean, he had a lot of charge loads, but it wasn't like Tal'Darim Altar where you can literally like swarm your opponent in the middle of the map or something like that. It felt like it was relatively tight, and then I feel that Robo is always better. Yeah,
and he didn't use the pylon, which was down the middle. I think he could have warped in at least some zealots with charge to go for the probe line. Yeah. The map was just too small, I guess, to really play blink and charge slots, because you need to flank your opponent. When he walks out, you need to come from 2 sides, actually. But he was fighting in the small corridor, and then the Colossus are killing the zealots so fast. It's just crazy.